What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill, dog. You know what? I just got through listening to a interview Shakur Stevenson gave to Fight Hub TV, and I have to say this, man. It's a lot of people they keep saying Shakur ain't got no power, Shakur this, Shakur that, but bottom line is everybody. It's a lot of motherfuckers ducking Shakur. It look like. I don't know what the truth is with the what happened with him at Scofield. I have a hard time believing they wouldn't spent all that money on training camp to not fight. But the bottom line, it just seemed like it started to seem like these dudes scared to fight this boy because I think Zapata reneged on a fight with him. Now Schofield for whatever reason, the week of the fight pulling out. It just seemed like he can't get he can't get these guys in the ring. And it's unfortunate. I did want to see the fight. I was going for Schofield not because I think he was a better fighter, but I just was picking an underdog because it just seemed like everybody was against him, and I think the boy is he a solid fighter. Is he on Shakur Stevenson level? I never thought he was, but at the same time, sometimes a guy can rise to the occasion on a night, or fight a certain way and not allow the boxer to box. I was just thinking maybe he gonna come in there and try to outfight Shakur and use his youth and athleticism and strength and try to pull an upset. But the reality was, it could. Who's to say what the truth is? But I've always said Shakur to me is the second best in this division to Tank Davis. I've been saying that since. Well, be honest with you, I used to think Shakur was the best guy in the division until because I didn't know about Tank in the amateurs. I knew about Shakur in the amateurs. I watched him in the Olympics, so I knew he could box. I knew he could fight, and I felt like I felt like although he don't hit hard, what I said like this, although he not a knockout puncher, I was just saying, in a video about a couple of days ago that if he put his punches together, and not be so careful, he would probably be getting some of these dudes up out of there, and I was expecting him. And, I got videos to out here, to say that to show you that I'm not lying. I had said I felt like he was gonna fight them different than what they was expecting. I was like, I didn't feel like, I felt like he wasn't gonna run. I felt like he was gonna come out in the first couple of rounds and assert himself and make sure he got a lead early. Because I didn't think it would have been smart for him to get down 3 or 4 rounds or 2 or 3 rounds against this young dude and have to rally. And I just felt like he was gonna come out like Floyd did Canelo and try to get a big lead, or 3 or 4 round lead early, and then kind of cruise, try to cruise the rest of the way. And I just felt like maybe Floyd would have been able to, if he'd have fought the right fight, he might have had a chance. But only chance I saw him winning was by knockout. And I also said I have never even seen Shakur get knocked down. So to think he gonna get knocked out ain't the most realistic thought in the world. But I wasn't betting on the fight. I was just gonna be a fan of this one, and I wanted to, I just didn't, it just seemed like you got Andre Ward sparring with him, you got Sean Porter sparring with him, Terrence Crawford. The guys that he had helping him get ready for this fight, it just seemed like shit. The young and damn didn't have a chance, and I just felt like why ain't nobody going over there trying to help him out? And I get it. His father do talk shit a lot, and the sad truth is sometimes these fathers they get to talking too much out here, and they talk their sons into a corner, and that they can't get out of sometimes. Cause see, no matter what dad is out there saying, dad ain't the one that got to get in there and fight. It's the fighters that got to get in there and fight. And Sometimes dad be writing, write a check that they son can't cash. And who's to say if that wasn't the case here? Maybe they didn't spend the money. I was thinking they spent on training camp. I don't know, but this ain't the first time it's happened with Shakur, and it ain't like this shit happened with a lot of fighters. He one of the only fighters that I see this shit keep happening to. And if he wasn't such a good fighter, I would say it was him. But shit, I mean, the boy can fight. Everybody knows Shakur can fight. Everybody know he's probably one of the best boxers, maybe probably the second best boxer in that division, the Tank, if not equal or whatever the case may be. They got to fight and solve that. Uh, but I hate this for Shakur. Honestly, as much as I want to see the fight, and although I was wanting to see Floyd Scofield put off the upset, the reality was, I've said this over and over again, Shakur should win that fight. Shakur is the more accomplished and complete fighter at this point in their career, and it was going to be this was really for Schofield opportunity to see exactly where he was at as far as his skill level, and to make a lot of money. And I have a hard time seeing them leaving that kind of paper on the table, because even if they lost to Shakur, he not the type that was going to like physically damage you real bad, but he could mentally ruin a fighter. I saw Floyd do that. Rest in peace to Diego Corrales. But if you go watch Diego Corrales' career, it was a tale of two careers. The career he had before he fought Mayweather, and the career after he fought Mayweather. And Mayweather beat him so soundly, and when they fought, he never was the same again. Diego Corrales. He ain't the first. I've seen when Sugar Shane Mosley fought Vernon Forrest. He was never the same fighter again after he lost that fight. So, you know, uh, it just really, really, really unfortunate. But maybe it worked out for the best, because if he wasn't ready to fight Shakur, and he went in there and got dominated, that shit could mentally destroy a fighter. It's one thing to lose. It's a whole other thing for somebody to dominate you in the ring. I'm not saying that would have happened to Floyd Schofield. I'm just saying I've seen it happen to fighters in the past, and they never was the same again. I mean, just completely ruined them. We don't even know. We got to see where Devin at. We gotta make sure Ryan Garcia didn't ruin Devin. You don't know until these guys get back in the ring after they had these certain type losses. Everybody can't mentally recover from that shit. They really can't. So I don't know why the fight was stopped, but I just will say this. It's more people, hell, it's harder for Shakur to get a fight out here, a decent fight, than it is to Tank. It's what it started to look like to me. Every time these dudes, they'll talk one way, but once they get time to really go out here and fight this boy, the bullshit come. Only one I see that didn't do it like that was Devin Haney. Devin sent him the contract right over there, and he kind of stutter stepped in the Devin Haney situation. But I say, man, it's unfortunate. That was the only fight I really that better be ever Bivol. I was gonna watch it, but the whole thing for me was Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield. That's really the main fight that me and a lot of other people want to see. I want to see where Floyd Schofield really was, and I want to see if Shakur could go in there and dominate a young, hungry, up and coming fighter who undefeated with a lot of knockouts, and we don't get to find out either one about either person. So, whoever they bring in this late replacement against Shakur, the fans gonna have to be realistic. It's probably gonna be one of them so-called boring fights, because hell, he ain't had no time to prepare for this dude, whoever it is. So he gonna have to be cautious and gonna have to be careful in that. You can't. He got 3 days to look at film, and see what this guy working with. So like I say, man, super. It's definitely unfortunate as hell, and the Schofields better hope something really was wrong, because you start doing this kind of shit, and it's make it'll make promoters not want to schedule a big fight with your fighter thinking he gonna wait till the last minute and pull the fuck out. So I don't know, man. They've been in Dubai out there, whatever, for 2 weeks now. So you would think he would be acclimated to the food, to every, he's been out there long enough to kind of be ready to do whatever he had to do out there. So for like I say, for it to be fight week, and like I say, like Shakur was saying, when doing a little arrival, whatever, and he didn't show up, and he didn't show up to the first press conference. I can, I don't know if his dad he lying or telling the truth. So, only thing I say, time will tell who was full of shit and who wasn't. Bottom line, Shakur looked like he ready to fight, and evidently Floyd Scofield got sick overnight. I mean, because hell, I had watched him do an interview, watched him do some interview yesterday. When the fuck did he get sick? So like I say, man, who knows what's really going on? But they better hope it's a legitimate reason for him pulling out this fight. Because if it ain't, it might be a while before you get a real shot like this again. Because promoters, shit, good fighters ain't gonna want to go through no damn training camp and get right here and had a fight canceled. So that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.